Welcome back to another video. My name is Henrik and today we're going to be looking at the Sandero Stepway and the update it has gotten with the 2026 model year, for instance, designed on the outside, inside and also some engine choices. And over there is also the normal Sandero, which has also gotten those changes. We'll compare it with some close-up. Let's get right into the video and start off with the design in the front, where in the lights they have now changed it into this T kind of design. It's an upside down T apparently. I see a line, a bar on the top and another light. Previously it was that Y design, now they have that T design. Other thing is now, for instance, here in the front they have this new design with all these little pixels kind of. Looks like the Fiat Grande Pande in my opinion from the front. The grille on the bottom and here on the side you will also notice some new changes. For instance, the Starkel design is now in here, which you know from the Duster and also the Bigster, which is 20% recycled and therefore quite a nice material because it's also quite scratch resistant and easy to replace. If you get a scratch in there, you're not gonna have to worry because it's not gonna appear like a scratch straight away because it's dyed in the color. The color on here is also a new color on the Sandero Step right now, which is the amber yellow color. On the Sandero, the normal one, we have the sandstone color now as a new basic color that you can also pick up. We have the extreme variant here, so we have this bronze copper design here on the top as you can see, and again Starkel goes all the way through, even on the side skirts here on the bottom, which again is quite nice, easy to replace and scratch resistant in the sense of that you don't see them. We also have new design for our rims, which in here we have the 16-inch rims, and if I'm not mistaken these are also the new designed one, so if that is correct I'm going to blend that in here on the bottom with also a new wheel hub. Otherwise, design hasn't changed too much. With the extreme variant, we obviously here can also tell that we have it here with also some more paint on the bottom. In my opinion, the color actually looks quite decent here with that design. Kind of looks like a mustard design in my opinion. But yeah, that's it basically for the side.
The Starkel is going to be standard-wise on the Sandero Stepway, however not on the normal Sandero. You now also standard-wise get high beam assistant for the car. With the new update, you now also get some new engines. So for the Sandero Stepway, you have the new Hybrid 155, which will be available in a couple of months. That is a 109 horsepower strong 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine with 2 electrical motors, a 50 horsepower motor and a high voltage starter/generator. That's going to be powered with a 1.4 kilowatts an hour strong battery. That engine will also have an automatic electrical gearbox with 4 gears for the combustion engine and 2 additional gears for the electrical drive, possible by omitting a clutch. 155 horsepower and 170 Newton meters is going to be the combined value. Then you also have an optimized LPG offering, which now has a new Eco G120 powertrain with greater range and new automatic transmission, which is the first for an LPG powertrain. For the normal Sandero, there's also a new efficient TCE 100 engine, which is a 1 liter 3-cylinder turbo gasoline engine with 100 horsepower. Previously that was 90 horsepower, still features a 6-speed manual gearbox. The TCE 110 and the SCE 65 are also still available. On top of that, the Eco G120 is also available for that engine, which is a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder turbo flex fuel engine with 120 horsepower. Previously it was 100 horsepower. That is now also an automatic gearbox, which is a 6-speed DCT gearbox. Previously it was a manual gearbox. The LPG tank has also increased in size, now 49.6 liters, previously 40 liters, which gives you more range.
And with that bigger fuel tank, you're looking at 1,480 kilometers for the Stepway and 1,590 kilometers for the normal Sandero. So you can drive quite a long distance without having to stop, only if your child or anybody else wants to stop. And on the back, you will straight away notice the lights have also changed. You get that same design that you get in the front. You will also see it in the inside. You can see here again that line with the light on top and another line there, that T design. And we also have this line which goes all the way through. Kind of reminds me of the new Dacia Spring, where that is also through there. However, in my opinion, the Dacia logo then is quite hard to see, so you might not actually know what car you're looking at from the back. If I'm further away, however, you can see that black a little bit nicer. Color looks quite nice on here once again. And we also, on the bottom, have that Starkel design going all the way up behind the license plate holder here, which is quite decent. Like I said many times, quite nice material. You can also open the trunk. There's not going to be too much space in here, but completely enough if you're running here some errands or stuff like that. And you can see here up on the top, cost saving as much as you can. If you pin up on the top here, there is really nothing towards that outside, no dampening or anything like that. We also have a bigger infotainment display, which is a now 10.1 inch compared to, I think it was previously 9 inches. Let's just quickly go through it. So we have our typical music, You have phone connection, which you can connect via Bluetooth. Here navigation, settings and stuff like that. Driving assistance, even the cameras, which hopefully they're working here. Yeah, you can see they look in all directions, so even on the side, which is quite nice. And just in typical our navigation, stuff like that, so you can connect that. While we're in the inside, let's quickly talk a little bit more about the inside, I guess, because it is quite noisy on the outside. We get the new design here with the T even in the inside, not just on the lights in the front. You can see here, don't really looks like a T to me, it just looks like a line, dot on the top and another line. We get that here on the side, basically everywhere you look. The new upholstering is up here on the dashboard, even on the seats, which are supposed to be more sturdy now as well, so they're more resistant. And we also get it on the side where you put your arm, so quite nice. We get a new little bit of a updated design when it comes to the steering wheel. Feels quite nice, and in general much stayed the same. I think this is also new, if I'm not mistaken, the driver monitor up on the top left here, because I think it is now a regulation that you also have to implement that, and Dacia is always that kind of regulation. You know, they implement the stuff that is needed but not something extra. And they also implemented emergency braking now, which is also new. And on the left side we also have the My Safety cursor button now, where you press on it twice and it turns everything off that you want. And obviously, because we're sitting in the Sandero stepway, you can get that hybrid 155, which is also why we have that automatic gearbox in here, which just shows you in the center, with also inductive charging space right behind it. So, what do you think of the updated Sandero? Let me know in the comments. Design-wise, I do think it's quite nice. Engine now a little bit more powerful. We obviously can test drive it, and we also have no data towards the price currently. So that is a thing that I can't comment on now. But in the future, hopefully we can maybe even get this as a test vehicle, or there is maybe a driving experience for this. What do you think of the car? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe for more. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.